I'm vlogging. It's boring. I'm Colleen. That's you, Mommy.
Welcome to Tortilla Talk Tuesday? I don't know what this is actually. Maybe it's not. I don't know what this vlog is. Wait, I think it is Tuesday and I didn't post a video. So it's Tortilla Talk Tuesday for me, but not for you because I'm not posting a video today because things have just gotten crazy, but Poppy, why are you being aggressive? She just pecked my freaking feet. I'm gonna podcast with Eric today. So first I'm just checking on the chickens because I have to prep everything because we're about to get some rain. So I need to make sure everything is good in the coop, but first let's get some eggs. What do we have today in here? We've got 1, 2, and a little white egg. I'm starting to think that this is poppies. I'm not sure, but I think the white ones may be poppies. And then down on this one we have the green egg. So exciting. I love these green eggs. They're so exciting to me. It's time to do a rose check. Oh, hello. It's time to do a rose check. Oh my God. Lots of beautiful roses, guys. And every day I feel like there's a new one. Let's check it out. Pretty. Kind of dying, but gorge. A purple beauty. A dainty pink girl. A yellow wonder. How gorgeous is that? Hello. A lavender queen. And I'm pissed because lilies are toxic to kitty cats, so we can't have lilies in the house. But you guys, we have so many lilies blooming, and look, they're so pretty, and we have so many of them. And I just wish that we could have, oh my God, there's so many. Look at all those. There's so many. And I could make a beautiful bouquet. What is that flower? That's gorgeous. What is that? Hello. So beautiful. Anyway, I wish that I could make a bouquet of just lilies because we have so many. I feel like that'd be so beautiful. I obviously am not going to do that because I wouldn't want Daisy to get near it and sniff it and like accidentally lick her lips or something. I don't know. But they're so pretty. Okay, guys, the chickens are out free ranging for a second, which is good because they're not going to get a chance to for a bit because it's going to start raining. So I've rainproofed the chicken coop so they'll be nice and cozy warm and have everything they need while they can't go out and about. But I'm going to answer some Tortilla Talk questions, even though it's not Tortilla Talk Tuesday, or it is, but it isn't. I don't know. I also filmed stuff earlier this week that I meant to put in a vlog and then I didn't. So I could put that in here, but maybe I'll just leave that for the next video. I'm all over the place, guys. As you know, my family's been battling this weird flu, illness, whatever, and I'm just going to go ahead and answer a question that everyone's been asking, or everyone's been commenting rather, because whenever you talk about health in any capacity, whether that be your diet or your exercise routine, because you know I love to exercise, when you get sick, any sort of ailment that regards health and your well-being, people have stuff to say in the comments. So it's always a little touchy, and it's always something I contemplate even ever talking about online, because it really does just open you up for a whole bunch of unsolicited advice. And some of it is great advice, and some of it is just really mean and judgy. But because I've been talking about how weird this illness has been, people have suggestions, and everyone's been nice. So I'm not scolding anyone for saying any of this. I'm letting you know that thank you for concern. But that being said, I did get a lot of comments about what people think it is. And the number one thing that people said was mold. People really think that there is mold in my house. We've had my house tested and treated for mold right when we moved in, obviously. And then a year or two later, we did it again. And we're all clean and clear here because it is an old house. So we want to be testing it and checking it all the time. We also live near the ocean, so it is more humid. So it's really important to look into those things. So I'm really grateful and appreciative of you guys being concerned about that. Just so you know, I was concerned about the same thing because great minds think alike, friends. So we did have a team of mold specialists come and check out the house when all of this was kind of getting crazy, because I was like, this illness is weird. We can't figure it out. The doctors can't identify what flu it is or what virus it is. So maybe it's this. So we did have someone come out. They tested the air. They checked the walls. They checked everything, and they couldn't find any mold. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's not some sort of a mold floating around in the air that we're breathing in, just because mold is kind of everywhere always. But that is not the main factor. But I did have the same concern, and thank you for your concern. We've looked into it. It is not that. I think it's flu season, and I think that my kids just got like a chain reaction of illnesses, and we're still kind of recovering from it. It just happens when you have lots of kids. I think parents of multiple kids would probably be able to comment and say similar things. Right when one kid gets better, the next kid gets sick, and then the next kid gets sick, and then by the time the third kid or fourth kid is sick, then the first kid comes home with a new sickness and it starts all over again. And I think that's what is happening with us here. I'm not quite sure, but we're all on the mend, sort of. And we're still checking in with doctors and getting things figured out as we go. But thank you for your concern. And trust me, as an anxious helicopter mama, I'm looking into everything. And I always want to get to the bottom of anything that could possibly make my kids uncomfortable. So I'm on it, but I do appreciate the concern. It's not mold, though. I just did want to let you know because I saw a lot of comments about that. Rose wants to know, what did you think of the Opalite music video? I loved it. It was so my vibe. It was very like Napoleon Dynamite, awkward awkward photo, awkward, fabulous vintage vibes. I love Opalite. That I think is my favorite song on the new album. Her newest album is not my favorite of her albums, but I do love Opalite. Visually, aesthetically, and vibes, that music video, top tier, loved it. As far as it relating to the song lyrics, I wouldn't have done the same thing, which just wasn't what I was expecting. That song to me, how I relate it to my life and how I feel about it. You're sleepless in an onyx night. In a dark night's life is hard and painful. Suddenly, these onyx nights, these thunderstorms and rainy days, now onyx is opalite, and opalite is a very colorful man-made stone. So you have to manufacture your own happiness and find the joy and happiness in life when it gets hard, and dance through the lightning strikes instead of crying and being afraid of those lightning strikes. Dance through them and try to find joy in hard times. Essentially is how kind of I took it. And when she's singing it, she's obviously saying like this person, her partner, is what made her see opalite, the sky's opalite now. But I think people could apply that to anything. I think it just has such a deep, beautiful message, and I anticipated the music video kind of reflecting that, and the music video is more just like silly and goofy. Love the music video. It's just not what I anticipated it to look like. Livy said, I love your garden tour. Do you ever have any wildlife come through? Do I have wildlife? Oh my God, do I have wildlife? Yes, I have wildlife. I've showed it so many times, and I will happily share it again. I might not in this video, but maybe in the next one. We have raccoons, possums, skunks, squirrels, chipmunks, birds, and I will occasionally feed them little treats, but not often because I don't want them to become reliant on my snacks that I give them, but I do give them like nuts and fruits and like scraps sometimes. But yes, we do have wildlife, and I love seeing them in the cameras. I love it. Oh, we also get a lot of rabbits. I've gotten a couple of clips of them jumping around being cute, but the bunnies don't get too close to my cameras. But the possums, the skunks, and the raccoons love to be the center of attention, and they love the camera. I don't know if I put it in a video or not already, but there's a raccoon at my office door the other night, and Daisy and the raccoon were like face to face, like staring at each other like, hey girl, what's up? If I already put it in a video, I'm sorry, but I'm going to put it in here so you can see it. It's cute. And that raccoon is eating, by the way, off of a little apparatus thing that I created one night so that the mice and rats couldn't get onto it, and they couldn't. But raccoons, skunks, and possums could access the little treats that I put on that, but mice and rats couldn't. So that's what that thing was eating off of. This person said, tortilla talk question, I just had a C-section. Oh my gosh. I hope you're recovering okay. That was a painful recovery for me. Said, I was wondering, did you ever get the feeling in your stomach back? Some women say the feeling comes back after 6 months. Some say that part of their stomach is numb forever, especially if you have multiple C-sections. Love watching your vids. I've only had one C-section. It was a very not fun recovery. Scar was numb. I don't know if I'm literally going to feel my C-section scar right now. Just me putting my hands in my pants. Sorry if that's weird. I can feel that. I can feel it. I do remember that it was numb for a while. My kids are 4 now that came out via the sunroof. And so I have feeling now. One thing that was weird and lasted a long time for me was it was itchy. Like that C-section scar was itchy. And I'm not talking for like a few months, like years. Like I think it was like 2 years of it like being very itchy. And it still very much looks like a C-section scar. Mine didn't recover all pretty and cute. Mine's also like a little crooked. It's got like quirk to it. I think since it was an emergency C-section for me, they were like, get him out. Like did like a lightning bolt or something. I don't know, but mine's not a straight line. But I have feeling though, and my stomach, all of that, it feels really normal. But my kids are 4, so you might have a long way to go. You'll feel your tum-tum again someday, just not right now. But I hope everything else with recovery is going well. You're in the trenches. That's a hard time. Trudy said, have you heard the new song String Cheese by Hannah Harper? I did. So this is a song I've only seen it the one time this girl sang it in an audition for American Idol. And I haven't been watching American Idol, but I did see that clip come up on my For You page. And I'm not going to lie, I cried, guys. Can you believe it? It made me cry. But it really did make me cry. You know, the message of it just being women needing to find the strength to keep going when you feel like you're dying and struggling and depressed and anxious and all these things. And you have to find the strength to keep going for your kids, because your kids are still going to ask you to open up the string cheese. They don't care if you're depressed and sobbing. You know, it's just how it is. My kids needing me and being there for my kids is like the main reason I'm still alive right now. So of course I heard the song and of course I sobbed my brains out. Courtney said, are there lemons year round? Thought they were only blooming in the summertime. I did a backyard tour and showed a lot of the stuff in my backyard, and lemons, I don't know about the rest of the world. Where I live, we kind of have something year round because we don't really get a winter very much and our summers aren't too hot. We pretty much fluctuate between 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 85 degrees Fahrenheit the whole year. Like that's our weather. So we kind of get stuff blooming all the time. Like we get oranges year round. Our apples sometimes have come in the winter, sometimes they've come in the fall, sometimes they come in the summer. Like you just never know what you're gonna get. So we kind of get lemons year round, yes, but I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Birdie said, if you could rewrite Haters Back Off, are there any changes you would make and why? There are a quadrillion, million, zillion. I would change probably literally every single thing except for like the cast. I loved that experience. I'm so grateful for that experience. One of the best, if not the best experiences of my life. And I can't believe that I got to do my own Netflix show for 2 seasons. But season 1, we were writing 10 years ago. And a lot can happen in 10 years. A lot can change in 10 years. And a lot has changed in 10 years. I've never rewatched Haters Back Off, except I've rewatched a few episodes for the podcast. And I've rewatched parts of episodes with my kids a couple of times, like a scene or two. And that's it. And it's because I can't stand watching it because there's so many things I want to fix and change. So I'm going to let it just be in my mind as something that I appreciate and love as an experience and not go back and nitpick the whole thing because I just want to remember it as like a positive, fun thing and not something that I wish was different. There are more questions I wanted to answer, but it's about to start raining and I got to get these chickens to bed. I might vlog a little bit more later. I might not. I need to podcast with Eric, but please leave me questions for next week and I'll either see you later or I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.